Hi everyone, this is PBL project subjects Physics for Engineers from group Superwaves. Today we will discuss about nuclear power reactor. What is nuclear reactor? A nuclear reactor is a system that contains and controls sustained nuclear chain reactions. Reactors are used for generating electricity, moving aircraft carriers and submarines, producing medical isotopes for imaging and cancer treatment, and for conducting research.
How does nuclear reactor works? Nuclear plants, like plants that burn coal, oil, and natural gas, produce electricity by boiling water into steam. This steam then turns turbine to produce electricity. The difference is that nuclear plants do not burn anything. Instead, they use uranium fuel consisting of solid ceramic pellets to produce electricity through a process called fission.
Here are some advantages of nuclear reactors. First, nuclear reactors do not occupy a lot of space. It does not contribute to global warming and do not produce smoke particles. Nuclear reactors produce only small volume of waste. It can produce a lot of energy from only a small mass of fuel. Besides that, the output from a nuclear power station can always be controlled to fit our needs. It does not emit gases which contribute to acid rain. And most importantly, nuclear reactors can generate electricity without depends on the weather. However, there are some disadvantages of nuclear reactor. Setting up a nuclear reactor station is costly. Nuclear reactors produce negative impact on aquatic and also human life. Disposal of nuclear waste is expensive. Nuclear fuel is required to generate electricity and it is not non-renewable. The fuel used to generate electricity restrict the use of nuclear reactors since not all countries have the resources.
Possibility of building nuclear power plants in Malaysia benefit economics and well-being. Nuclear energy will continue Malaysia's good development in energy supply well into the future and spark a rapid industrial development, thereby improving the overall standard of living. This could be the stepping stone to move forward into the hydrogen economy to replace oil for transportation. Environment. As we continue to develop more energy must be generated. Continuing to rely on fossil fuel is environmentally polluting due to emission of toxic sulfur and nitrogen oxide gases. Malaysia has the option of supplying electricity by increased hydroelectric. However, this will be at the expense of our vast rainforest biodiversity, which is likely to be the future source of economic progress. Nuclear power, compared to the burning of coal and gas, is the least environmentally polluting source of energy.
Furthermore, the feasibility to build nuclear reactor. Firstly, to build nuclear reactor, it have high cost. This is because the cost of nuclear energy is escalating world over, while the cost of renewable energy have been declining. Secondly, the nuclear reactor produce harmful waste product. The indefinite accumulation of radioactive waste which cannot be disposed of safely and which will remain later to future generations of Malaysia for thousands of years. It is restriction. Firstly, availability. It's like Dr. Johim never said there are still certain favors not available here, like nuclear fuel and vital research. Secondly, it's about safety aspect. For example, must adhere to safety procedures set by the local authorities and have a store of safety barrier as a backup in anticipation of any mission. Are you for or against the sources of energy? We stand against nuclear reactors due to their unsustainable cost, huge environmental and humanitarian risks. Secondly, nuclear energy is expensive, unclean and unsafe. Next, nuclear industry has by necessity been a state-dominated industry. sustained by huge subsidies that force the people to guarantee their profits. Lastly, high-level waste from the nuclear power plants must be stored underground for more than 100,000 years before its radioactivity declines to safe level.
How does nuclear reactor related to thermodynamics? Firstly, the steam entering the turbine is separated and become wet as it expands to lower pressure. Secondly, with the lower steam pressure at high pressure turbine and the steam specific volume has already become quite large. At this point, reheating of the steam is required to ensure the good steam condition at the inlet to the low pressure turbines. That's all from our group. Tan Hawking, Nuris anak perempuan Iso, Muhammad Aidil bin Ibrahim, Muhammad Razik bin Mustafa. Thank you for watching.